Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3, and today I'm going to be giving you what if Naruto was the demigod of fire, guys. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also guys, I posted a brand new series, well a movie, over on Anime Print, so go ahead check that out and enjoy guys. And yeah, if you're new, I indeed have 4 channels guys. 4 channels that I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Don't forget to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode. Let's jump right into it guys. So, the last time we left off, Kakashi was out in the middle of a field as he was reading his perverted book as usual. Over to the side was Yamato, unmasked as he was seemingly unconscious, as he looked rather exhausted as he was unconscious, sleeping away. As Guy arrived on the scene to greet his eternal rival, seeing the commotion all the way over here, as in the middle of the water, flames exploded out of it, causing a chasm to shoot all the way up into the sky. The water eviscerated into smoke, showing why Yamato was so exhausted because Kakashi had called in a favor for him to refill the pond every time it had go out. It was Naruto doing training inside. Every time Naruto overpowered the water, his flames seemed to get hotter and hotter and hotter. It almost seemed like there was no end to the degree that they could go. As Naruto was unconscious though in the middle of this, because they've done this for, well, they've been at it for a long time now. Meanwhile that was going on, Kakashi was having Sasuke working on something else. Sasuke was working on the Chidori, trying to master his lightning element, while Sakura was trying to extend her reserves. The girl was immensely exhausted. By the end of the day, Naruto was making his way back when she appeared. The woman that he met at the Land of Wave, that introduced herself as Lily, as Naruto believed that she was a ghost, and she told him that she was a ghost. However, she was of course lying to him. However, she has helped him in several ways, helping him with things that Naruto never thought was possible, as she had guided him with things that he never thought his power could do, and she was making him a lot stronger, and for that, he wasn't going to dismiss her that easily, as he wanted to get as strong as possible though. So she has been sticking around, as she's been here for a while now. On the other hand, Lily was lying to him. The real reason why she was here was because she knew Naruto from the past. Well, she knew the man that he was, as she was watching over him. She was able to avert the others. She was waking up from where she was, as she was in a meditative state. There was a woman that came to her in a room. As her ghostly form disappeared from where Naruto was the only one that could see her. She couldn't do much in the human world. Seeing that she was not really there, she was just projecting her consciousness. She told the woman that she wasn't doing anything before dismissing her, as she left the room. As Naruto had not seen her since that day. However, it did not really matter because the Chunin exams was coming around, as Kakashi signed them all up for it. The Chunin exams arriving there, Sasuke and Sakura had to pull Naruto away, as he was making it clear to the others that they were all pathetic and weak. Seeing that the genjutsu was not really affecting Naruto that much, the heat wave around him seemed to be distorting the ear whenever he released it, as no one could really step to him in that form whenever he wanted them to step away, so the genjutsu was not much to harm him in any way possible. Rock Lee took note of that because Guy has spoken about him before. Rock Lee challenged Naruto, which was a mistake because the moment he said that, Naruto pounced on him, as Naruto slammed Rock Lee into the wall, before kicking him away. Lee picked himself up, wiping his bleeding lip, surprised by Naruto's strength and speed as well. A grin came on Lee's face though as he felt the fiery spirit inside of him exploded outwards. With that he shot forward, however their battle was interrupted. As Naruto ended up walking off, arriving towards the room, Kakashi told them to be careful. Well, he told Moses, Sakura and Sasuke to watch out there, and don't let Naruto get into any trouble. Well, that was an understatement by now because trouble just seemed to find him wherever he goes. Naruto ended up telling everyone in the room that he was gonna kick their ass, causing all attention to fall on him. As Naruto saw two pair of eyes, he walked straight over. As he approached Gaara, he told him that he saw the fiery spirit in his eyes, and he hoped that he's strong enough to fight him, because he could see it right here. He hoped that he's not a disappointment. Tamaru and Conqueror tried to say something, but Naruto dismissed them like they weren't even there. So with that, the proctor came in, not before Naruto made short work of the other genins, telling them that they were not, well, on his mind because they were not important. So with that, he quickly made his way off. Anko was the one that was here for the second exam, as Naruto now understand why she was acting that way. She told him this morning that she would be seeing him again today, and good luck. So with that, they were given a scroll to enter the Forest of Death. Upon arriving in there, they made their way. The group was easily able to take their scroll from another. As they got the scroll, as they were making their way though, Naruto sensed something as he turned. They were hit by a colossal wind that blew them away. Naruto was attacked by a gigantic snake, as Naruto rose the snake insides. He then went to look for his team. Arriving towards the location, he saw Sasuke on the ground in pain. He told Sakura to take him and go. Sakura was hesitant, saying that this guy was really dangerous, but Naruto did not care, as he told her to go. Once she was gone, Naruto turned his sights on Orochimaru as they started to fight. As Naruto respected him, that is what he told him, because out of the other Sanins, people feared Orochimaru, as Naruto wanted him to fear him because of his power as well. If it wasn't that Naruto wasn't, well, still loyal to Konoha, Orochimaru would have considered the prospect of allowing this child to join him. But Naruto just wanted to fight. Naruto ended up pissing off Orochimaru so bad that Orochimaru started to go lethal on him. He burst his blade right through Naruto's lower jaw, bursting through his mouth. He slashed him across the chest. He took Naruto's right arm off completely, as Orochimaru sliced and diced, tearing his blade through Naruto like he was some kind of bag of meat or something. By the time he was done, Naruto was nothing but a bloody mess. However, to the snake son in shock, expecting the child to just keel over and die, Naruto got back up to his feet. Orochimaru was baffled, shocked as he never expected this in the slightest. He attacked Naruto once again, even one arm. Naruto still fought. Fought and fought and fought until Orochimaru cut him down. Naruto was bleeding so badly, Orochimaru was shot that he was still somehow on his feet. However, Naruto kept on increasing his heat. Orochimaru would have fled knowing that the kid was drawing unwanted attention, but something strange started to happen. The era of Naruto started to be rippled. Naruto was literally burning through space and time itself. In another dimension, a strange beast opened its eyes and called out Master. The ear behind Naruto twisted and ripped until something came out. The snake Sanin was baffled to what he saw. So yeah guys, basically let's play the topic again. So reach across the play check for yourself, and what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode without wasting more time. Begin now guys. Orochimaru of the Sanin was how would you say? A strange man. No, strange is not the quite correct word, is it? A confused? No. Complex? No. A man who does not see the world as others saw it. Yes, that was the best way of describing him. Or maybe he's just a complete psychopath. Who knows? Well, Orochimaru has seen many things in his days. Yes, he's been alive for quite some time now, but age is not the driving factor behind this. Like I said earlier, he did some things that would make him seem as a sick, twisted man, so yeah, you could understand why. The problem was, Orochimaru has never in his entire life seen something like this. Orochimaru had fought many levels of ninjas. Genins, Chunins, Jonins, Kage level ninjas. But never in his entire life has he seen someone so unwilling to back down. Never has he seen someone rise up, despite their injuries breaking their body down to nothingness. Orochimaru had stabbed, cut, and tore this child at least dozens of times. He literally tore his right arm off. He literally sent this blade right through his chin, bursting through his mouth. If the child had not tilted his head upwards, it would have been done. So how was he still standing? Now the best question was, how in the world did he tear space and time? Something like that should not be possible, Orochimaru thought. But what came out was what truly shot the Chunin. A beast. An abomination like he's never seen before. Its skin was dark brown. Strange marking all over it that seemed to be dripping lava. The thing head was humongous. It towered over the Chunin. Its body was hulking mass. It was like a abomination dog. It had a tail that was dripping. A strange type of lava that seemed to burn through the ground, almost like acid, but caught on the trees seemed to start to burn. The end of the tail was like a spear. It whipped out and tore through several trees. The monster was about the size of a house, a one-story house that is, its body hulking with muscles all around it. Orochimaru watched as the thing opened its mouth. Every single one of those teeth were like solid lava, the color of lava, as they seemed to be holding back some kind of inferno, because out of the side of the monster's mouth, smoke bellowed out. The child turned his head and looked up towards the monster, equally surprised, but a grin then formed on his face. He then muttered a word, "Hellhound." The beast looked down. "Get him." Orochimaru saw the thing pounce. Quickly grabbing his kusanagi, Orochimaru lashed out, trying to tear through the thing's eye. However, the moment his blade came in contact with the thing, its body felt like iron, as Orochimaru ground against it. Orochimaru tried to outweigh the thing in strength, which was a bad idea. He had to leap as a tail almost tear right through him. Jumping up in mid-air, the thing opened up its mouth. The entire section of the forest that once stood behind Orochimaru was gone. A flame that Orochimaru has never yet seen before wiped it away. Trees turned into ash. The ground blackened. Even the sky itself seemed to be burning. The Chunin was shocked by this monster as he landed a far distance away. The thing seemed to have smelled him as the thing pounced on him. Orochimaru clashed against the beast. He tried to, at least. As he jumped back, the thing lashed out with such speed that he was caught off guard. The thing's tail slammed into the ground, and the ground seemed to split as hot, molten lava shot out of it. Orochimaru was not prepared for that. He was shocked. He was hit face first. Orochimaru felt his skin burning. He opened his mouth and quickly slipped out of it, once again shedding his body. Shocked that he had to do this twice. Quickly biting his finger and running blood down his arm, Orochimaru summoned a snake. Sending the snake forward, the gigantic reptilian lashed out. However, the beast slammed its paw right into the snake's face and crushed it into the ground. It then bit the snake in half, literally ripping it apart. However, Orochimaru used that time to escape as he got the hell out of there. The thing sniffed around. Meanwhile, Naruto stood where he was. As Naruto's entire body was bleeding, his arm was missing. His mouth was filling up with blood. 3 gaping holes were through his torso. His other arm had several deep lacerations on it. He was still standing despite blood leaking down his legs. Naruto was a mess. He did not know why that name popped in his head, Hellhound, but it just seemed right. Naruto watched as the ground tremble, his eyes fighting to stay open as he would not close them. Looking up, he saw the gigantic beast above him. Naruto tilted his head as the beast looked down towards him. The thing opened its mouth as Naruto's eyes widened as it swallowed him completely, devouring him. Once it did that, the thing walked over and then sat. Its body starts to melt and melt and melt until it solidified into a black cocoon, and it just remained there in the forest. A large black cocoon was just there now, the beast completely gone. Meanwhile, in another dimension, Lily looked around as she was now back in her quarters. Sitting down, she closed her eyes. Upon closing her eyes, her consciousness quickly raced to the elemental nation. As it arrived to the location of, she looked around. Where am I? She thought to herself. Her eyes went wide when she saw what was on the ground. No, 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 she said as she moved forward. However, her hands simply fade right through the cocoon. Damn it, she cursed. I wasn't even gone for that long. What the hell happened, she said. However, there was nothing that she could do about it now. As she looked towards the cocoon on the ground, she released a sigh as she looked around at all the destruction. Moving towards one of the trees floating over there, the heat had literally turned it into nothing but dust. As she could see the markings on the ground had been split open, releasing hot lava. That beast, she said to herself, looking back towards the cocoon, as she wondered who was he fighting in here that pushed him that far. She never thought that anyone in this at the exam of his that he was going to take part in would push him that far. Of course he told her. He told her a lot of things. She was also helping him a lot, so he trusted her as well. But she never thought that any of the other kids in the same league as him, being Jennings as they were, would ever be a challenge for him. So what was it that pushed him this far? She cursed herself for not being here to do something. Not that she could with the state that she was in, she thought to herself, as she was basically a hologram being here. She sighed once again as she sat right beside him. You know, the harder I try to prevent them from finding you, the harder you seem to try to give yourself away. Your power is returning too quickly. And it won't be long enough before they sense exactly where you are. And in the state that you will be at that time, you still won't stand a chance. And this time, she lowered her head in sadness, knowing what will come. And it didn't seem like there was anything that she could do about it. Or else, she told him more, and she made him become even stronger than before. Maybe that will allow him to recover more of his power a lot faster. However, if the memories of his past life came back, if he remembered who he is, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good at all, she thought to herself. It was a sticky situation that she was in, and she didn't know what to do. For now, she just had to make sure that no one knew about him yet. Closing her eyes, she vanished. Opening her eyes, she was in a white room. Golden tile and marbles all over. To show that the place was elegant, she was dressed in a beautiful white, flowing gown. As her hair seemed to flutter behind her, her body literally moving like she was gliding. The location that she stood on was a balcony. As she glanced out, she was in some strange heavens because all that there could be seen in front of her was nothing but clouds. Clouds upon clouds upon clouds. There was nothing else. Glanced out in the far distance, you could see that there were other dimensions just like these. Pockets of their own home. They seemed so close, yet that was a trick, because each of them had their own section. This was hers. As you would have noticed by now, Lily was no ghost, nor was she anything normal. Lily was a demigod. Not just any demigod though, the demigod of wind, one of the 5 elemental gods. It wasn't 5 of them to be exact. Well now, it was said that there was 4 of them since the death of the fire demigod. The one that was said to be the most strongest, the most wickedest, the most fearsome amongst them all. Sukuna, the god of fire. However, it seems that death was only an illusion. After all, she knew where he is, and she knew that he was alive. He had promised them on that day that he would return, and if the others were to find him now, she dreaded the thought of what would happen. There was so much that happened back then. Over a century ago, so much death, so much chaos. It made them look worse than mankind ever could, with the way they fought. So much gods died by then. That is why she feared the prospect of Naruto being found out. Because, unlike the others, she was not against him. She could not do much back then, but now, she would do something. And she will help him. If only. She glanced her head towards the left, looking towards one of the other domains. This one was different from hers. It was right in the center of a gigantic lake. As she looked down towards the tower, she felt something in her throat as she swallowed thickly. Looking down towards the water domain, he was the worst of them all, she thought to herself. Meanwhile, back at the elemental nation, Sakura Haruno, as she was currently looking down towards the unconscious form of Sasuke, she had placed a rag on his head. She had tried to heal him as best as she could, checking out his injuries, but there wasn't much as she could do. All the problems seemed to be coming from this mark on his neck. She felt at least several heat waves now. Several of them spread through the forest. She knew whatever Naruto was doing, his heat was only getting hotter and hotter. Throughout being in a team with him, she realized there was something that Naruto seemed to lack that others have, and that was giving up. Even she has given up several times. Even Sasuke's body has gave out on him, but Naruto, he was just different. So despite knowing that he was fighting someone like Orochimaru, she was not worried, as she knew that he would come back. However, it was her time to be strong. It was her time to show them that she can pull her weight on this team. To prove that all of her training was for something, she thought, as she quickly started to set up traps. Once she was done, she returned back to Sasuke's side, as some people showed up not too long after, checking out the position that she was at. Meanwhile, with Team 10, Ino was sweating as she looked around. Man, what's up with this forest, she said. It's like the heat waves are getting worse and worse every time. As she wiped her brow, as Choji was sweating really badly as well, using his hand to wipe his face. She glanced towards Shikamaru as she saw that he was seemingly deep in thought. Hey, what's on your mind, she said. I don't think that this is natural, he said. Huh? You heard the proctor back there, she told us that this forest has a lot of weird things inside. How could heatwave not be natural? I think that Naruto is doing this. Naruto, Ino said, her tone becoming a bit more squeakish at that. However, she quickly corrected. Why would you think that idiot is doing this, she said. Yeah. Why, Shikamaru? Choji asked. Have you all not been hearing the rumors within the village? I'm surprised, Ino, seeing that you're the queen of gossip. What rumor, she said. Well, I suppose when it comes to actual ninja things, you don't really know nothing, huh? Hey, watch it, she yelled at him. He shook his head. I know about ninja things, she said. Then what am I talking about, he asked. Well, I don't happen to know this one subject. Sue me, she said. What's going on, Choji asked. Well, it is said that Naruto possesses an extraordinary fire affinity that has never been seen before. Many people has been calling it a new bloodline that has never been seen before. I overheard my father talking with another clan head. That being your father, he said, looking towards Ino. It turns out that the council want to find a way to replicate this, to try and make Konoha stronger because none of them has seen this before. I heard that many people are taking good looks on Team Kakashi. They say out of all the Genin team this year, that team's the strongest. Really? Said Ino. Yeah. I heard there's another team that has been Genins for about a year now, and they say that Team Kakashi is probably stronger than them. I know that Sasuke is a Uchiha and all, the last one, and that I'm not so sure about Sakura, because I don't really know anything about her, but most people say that it's because of Sasuke, but others are saying it's because of Naruto. Some claim him to be the strongest Genin of this year, not to mention rivaling with some Chunins, or even low-level Jonins. You're joking, right? Said Ino. I mean, I know he was strong, but this is just crazy. What if we were to fight him in the exam, going forward? Well, if that is the case, I'm not sure that we can win. Really? What about a plan or something? Said Choji. I guess I'll just have to see him fight for myself first, before I think about anything else. The group continued to walk until they arrived towards a location where they saw. What's that? Said Choji. Wait, Shikamaru said. Remember, this place is filled with some strange plants. Whoa. The heat is definitely hotter here, said Ino. As the others started to show that by sweating as well. As Choji stepped on something as it broke away. Was that a branch? He said. Looking around. What happened here? Choji could see a sign of fighting. Someone was here, he said, glancing from left to right. Yeah, you're definitely right about that, Shikamaru said, as he noticed the destruction. Whatever happened here? I think it has to do with this. What is it? Ino asked. I'm not sure. Shikamaru says he looked over it. As he walked away, he came back with a piece of stick. As he poked the thing. It is solid, he said, but it doesn't look like any plant I've ever seen before. Granted, this place has some strange plants, but it looks like a boulder, but given the location, it doesn't make sense, he said, making sure that he was correct as he checked out the location and everything. Nodding to himself. Whatever this is, it's some strange phenomenon. I think we should get out of here. Wait. It's cracking. Move, Choji, Shikamaru said. It was a good thing that Choji listened without hesitation, because the moment he said that, lava exploded out of where he was once. As lava swamped the ground where he was once standing, the cracking had led to a hole that spewed lava out of it. Ino and Shikamaru quickly jumped back to the trees as the whole thing exploded. Given that the trees were a distance away because the others were broken, they were now a distance away. What the hell is that thing? Ino said. Shh, said Shikamaru. She wasn't going to say don't touch me because she realized that something was definitely coming out of it. As Choji watched, that is when they saw a silhouette. Someone was stepping out of it. The person stepped forward as the lava seemed to fall off his body. A few seconds earlier, inside of the cocoon, Naruto's eyes snapped open. Thrusting his hand out, a hole exploded out as lava came out. He then thrust his two hands to the side. As the thing exploded as he walked, staggering his feet a bit. Naruto was a bit freaking out when that thing ate him, but it seemed to help him because his arm regrew. Yes, it regrew. And he felt stronger. Stronger and faster. He felt so much more better. However, his description also changed a bit. His hair got more red. His skin tone changed from its normal color to a more reddish hue, as it was clearly noticeable. However, that was not the only thing. Black marking tattoos were all over his body. His upper torso, his arms, it wrapped around him in a strange pattern that was seemingly random, or maybe it had a meaning he did not know. Looking down, he was wearing a different set of pants, as the pants seemed to have somehow appear on his body. They were gold. They were baggy as well. Looking down toward his feet, he was wearing strange black and gold trimming boots that seemed to fit someone of royalty. They felt comfortable on his feet, and his chest was bare as usual. However, it fit perfectly. He also had golden bracers around his arms. Strange golden bracers that had strange markings inscribed into it. As Naruto wasn't sure what happened to him. However, looking into his palm, the black markings converged. Feeling something odd, Naruto outstretched his hand. Lava shot out of his palm. As Naruto watched it as it converged and twist into something, it turned into the beast from before. Naruto tilted his head. However, the thing turned his head to the side and sniffed. It then started to growl. Who's there? Said Naruto. Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji got freaked out by what they just saw. You better come out now before I sick my hellhound on you, said Naruto. It didn't take long as Shikamaru gave them a nod as they jumped down. Who are you? Said Naruto. I twitch. It's us. We talked before at the first round, remember? As Naruto tilted his head. Ah yes, I do remember you, said Naruto. You were part of my class. Was that right? Yeah, Ino said. What happened to you? She said, looking at him. I do not know, said Naruto as he walked over. He reached and placed his hand on the thing's head. The thing seemed to cuddle up in his touch. Master, it said. You can talk, said Naruto. However, it only said the one word, Master. What are you, Naruto said, as he looked over the beast. As Naruto noticed, wait, you were much bigger before. Did you shrink? As Naruto realized, he touched on the head. That is when he felt a swirl in his hand as the thing, body burst into lava and got sucked right in his palm. Naruto looked in his hand. Whoa. He then started to walk away. Wait. Naruto turned. What do you people want? He said. What is that thing? Shikamaru said. I do not know, said Naruto. Now leave me alone, I'm busy. He then walked away. The nerve on him, said Ino. I wonder though, said Choji. What was all of that? Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing, Shikamaru said. Confused by all of that cracking out of egg and creating a beast thing. Shikamaru was never so confused in his entire life. Meanwhile that was going on, Sakura Haruno was not having a good day at all. Bam! She was blasted away with tremendous force. The ninja that blasted her away cursed as he pulled the kunai out of his arm that had literally pierced right through. You bitch, he shouted with rage in his tone. His name was Zaku. He was one of the sound members. The other member, Kin, she was up against the wall unconscious. After underestimating Sakura Haruno, who had just cut her hair, Sakura allowed herself to be caught for the girl to come in close. Sakura did end up cutting off her hair though. It was something that has been a hindrance in battle for her more than once now, and she used it to get back at the girl, knocking her out in the process. However, Zaku was much stronger. She was able to use a genjutsu on him to trick him off her placement, and she stabbed him right in the arm and slashed him right across the other as he was bleeding rather badly. The hole in his arm was pissing him off. That is why he was so violent on her. Wasting no time, Zaku attacked. Sakura tried to fight him in hand-to-hand combat, but she was not that efficient as she was blown away again. This time he ended up kicking her in the guts. He punched her across the face. As he stretched out his hand to grab her by the throat, she ducked underneath it though, and slammed her head right into his chin, forcing him to stagger back. The last member of the squad, those who just stood there watching everything unfold. Zaku staggered back, frustration in his tone. He brought his leg up, however, as it slammed right into her face. She held onto it. Despite her face bleeding, she gripped it, and she yanked him. That caused him to trip over with her. She didn't reach as she picked up the kunai that was on the ground, raising it. However, before she could, Zaku turned his hand and blasted right in her face. Blood came from her ears as she was blown away. She crashed and she was sent rolling on the ground. Zaku picked himself up as he gripped the kunai that she was once holding on to that stab in the ground, pulling it out. I'm gonna carve you up into little pieces. A reminder of you screwing with the wrong person, he said. He wasn't going to kill her, but he was going to make sure that she suffered for the rest of her life. As he smirked. However, before he could do, those who snapped his head to the right as he felt something evil, wicked, corrupted. Walking out of the tree was none other than Sasuke himself. Those who stepped back in shock. But how? Their master Orochimaru sent them here to kill him, but why did he possess the curse mark? Sasuke-kun, Sakura said. Sakura. As Sasuke turned his head, looking towards the two assailants that stood there. Huh? And you... Before Zaku could finish that sentence, Sasuke appeared in front of him, gripping the wrist with a kunai and knocked it out. Sasuke backhanded him. Zaku staggered back, but before he could regain his senses, Sasuke raised his hand. A fist shattered his nose, slamming into his guts. Sasuke kicked him away as he slammed into a tree. Flashing through hand signs, Sasuke breathed out a gigantic ball of fire. Dosu jumped as he grabbed Zaku, jumping away in the process. Zaku was battered, just from a few hits. His nose bleeding, his body in pain, but with the help of Dosu he was able to stand. What the hell is going on? Is this real the Uchiha? Zaku said. Those marks. This makes no sense. Why would Lord Orochimaru send us here if he intended to brand the Uchiha with a curse mark? Something is not right. It doesn't matter if it's right or not. He is going to die. Zaku pushed away Dosu as he held his hand out. Decapitating earwave! No, Dosu said. However, it was too late as the area was completely destroyed. Zaku smirked. That will teach you. To mess with someone like me, he said. Now, let's see what remains of. He was surprised as nothing was standing there. Sasuke was nowhere to be seen. It all happened in a few seconds. Dosu was slammed through a tree. Zaku, on the other hand, got the shit kicked out of him. His left eye was swollen shut. His back was currently being pressed into by Sasuke. Sasuke was breaking his arms, the wicked smile on his face. Sakura rushed over as she wrapped her arms around the Uchiha. Stop it, Sasuke-kan, she said. She was afraid of the mark, what he was doing to him. She saw the smile on his face. Sasuke looked back at her, confused. As he looked at her crying, the mark slowly started to recede. Sakura? He said, looking at her. Enough, Dosu said, as he pulled himself out of the tree. We'll give you our scroll, just let us leave this place. As he placed the scroll down, Sasuke looked at him strangely. Fine, he said. With that, Dosu picked up Zaku. He picked up Kin and flashed out of there quickly. As Sasuke turned towards Sakura, who was beaten up badly. Are you okay? He asked her. Yeah, she said to him, despite her being in pain. He looked around. Where's Naruto? He stayed back. To fight the one that attacked us. The one that placed a mark on you. He what? Sasuke said. That is when Sasuke had to duck, as a grass ninja was thrown, rather violently. He smashed right through one of the thick trees as it collapsed, right on top of him. Did you really think that you could stop me, weakling? They turned as they heard that voice. As someone jumped out of the bushes, landing right in front of Sasuke and not really noticed. He pulled two kunais as he launched them. However, the kunais ricochet off the person's bracers as Naruto stepped into the foliage. He exploded off the ground, grabbing the guy by the face and lifting him before slamming his body roughly into the ground. As he laughed, a rather maniac laugh. Naruto? Naruto glanced up. Ah, it's you two, he said. I knew if I just continued fighting these teams, I would eventually run into you. What happened to you? Sasuke said. I do not know, said Naruto. You look different, Sakura said. You do as well, said Naruto. I see you cut your hair. And you're also really beaten up. Who did this to you? Naruto asked. I'll hunt them down. Wow, that's flattering, she said. They're already long gone. Where have you been? Sasuke said. I was fighting against a snake man. Until this gigantic dog appeared. At least I thought it was a dog. Let me show you, said Naruto as he held his hand out. The two of their eyes went wide in shock. What is that? Its name is Hellhound. Don't ask me how I know. I just know, said Naruto. I can bring him out now whenever I please. He's my pet, said Naruto as he patted the thing on his head. The two looked at him strangely. It devoured me. And then I'm like this, said Naruto. The both of them had a hard time wrapping their brain around that. But do not fear, because I have these, said Naruto as he pulled out several scrolls. How many teams did you fight? Sasuke said. A lot. A lot tried to get in my way. But I had to remind them who was the strongest here. Now, let us get a move on, said Naruto. hellhound. As the thing started growing in size. Come, let's go. On that, hell no, said Sakura. Naruto picked her up by her waist and literally threw her up. Sakura screamed as she landed right on the thing. She clutched on for dear life. She thought it would burn, but it did not burn her. Sasuke looked towards Naruto. Don't you dare, he said, as Naruto smirked. A few minutes later, Hellhound crashed right towards the tower side. The moment he did, Sakura fell off the thing and rushed off before a sound of puking could be heard. Sasuke looked really green, as Naruto was simply laughing at the both of them. What a ride, he said, as he patted Hellhound on the head. You can go rest now, he said, as he absorbed him back into his hand. I'm never, ever doing that again, Sasuke said. That is when Naruto noticed the mark on his neck finally. What is that? Sasuke reached up. As he tried to cover it, nothing. But Naruto slapped his hand away as he looked at the strange mark. Ah, I see. That is why he bit you in the neck. So he places on you. Why? Said Naruto. Sick looking Sakura came. Orochimaru. He was the one that placed on Sasuke-kun. It affected him back there. Affect? Said Naruto. Yes. He was acting strange until the mark finally receded. What is going on, Uchiha? I'm not sure, said Sasuke. I'm not even sure what this thing is. What I do know though, it gives me power. A lot of it. As Naruto punched him right in the face, causing Uchiha to fall down towards the ground. Why did you do that? Sakura yelled. Naruto looked down towards Sasuke. You said that you wanted to gain strength so that you could take on your brother. And I told you I would help you reach that level of strength. Because the power is inside of you. Will you really accept power from this traitor? This snake who I'm going to kill, said Naruto. Sasuke rubbed his cheek as he glared up at the blonde butt. Well, he didn't know if he could call him a blonde anymore. But Sasuke remembered what he promised a long time ago. As he got up and spat to the side. You're right, he said. I will get stronger with my own power, not some borrowed power from anyone else. That's the way, Uchiha, said Naruto. So, what do we do from here on? As Sakura looked towards the plaque, they figured out that they had to open the scrolls, which they did. And their old academy sensei arrived, Aruka. It wasn't long before they were inside the tower. The days were not up yet, so they had time to rest. Time skip. As Naruto found himself at the eating lounge. As he was stuffing his face, he noticed someone watching him. As he tilted his head to the side, there was a girl standing there. Blonde hair, 4 pigtails. Why are you looking at me? Said Naruto. Tuh, you eat like an animal, she said. And you talk like a bitch, said Naruto. What did you just say to me? She said. You heard me. Now leave, said Naruto. You can't tell me to leave. You do not own this place, she said. As Naruto turned and ignored her. However, she was still looking at him. What? He said. You should know. No one has ever spoken to Gaara the way you did, and lived to tell the tale. He's after you. Just a fair bit of warning because I realize you didn't do it because you were brave. You're just stupid, she said. She then proceeded to walk away as Naruto wondered. Who the hell was Gaara? Time skip. Naruto was sleeping on his bed until someone whacked him on the head as his eyes fluttered open. As he looked to see Uncle standing there. What are you doing here? You fought Orochimaru, she said. What? Did you fight Orochimaru? She said to him. Oh yes, I did, said Naruto. What of it to you? What happened? What did he do? She said. What did he want? Well, he put this strange mark on the Uchiha. Uncle eyes widened at that. Mark? You mean? As Naruto saw her hand go towards her neck. Ah yes, I remember now. That is where I've seen it before. Looks a bit different, but it's it. The one that he placed on you, said Naruto. Uncle clenched her fists. So he marked the Uchiha as well. Damn it. Where is he? How should I know? Did you not come in here to see me sleeping? Said Naruto as he started to close his eyes back. Wake up, you idiot, she said. Is the remainder of your team okay? Yes, said Naruto. Wait, you fought him alone, didn't you? Yes, I did. And you're... Wait. Why do you look so different, she said. I do not know, said Naruto. What happened in the fight? Well, he was strong. Stronger than I am for now. He cut off my arm. He sliced me up. Wait, what? Would you stop interrupting me, said Naruto. How could I not when you're lying to me? Lying? I do not lie, said Naruto. Your arm is fine, she said. Oh, it grew back when I was in the mouth of the beast. When you're what? Naruto told Uncle everything. Well, that's something alright, Uncle said, blinking in confusion and surprise and shock. And you say that Sasuke is behaving the same way? Yes. I punched him in the face and told him to not use it. After all, if he's gonna kill his brother, he's gonna kill him with his own strength. So I doubt he would use it again. Despite that, it will have to be sealed away. But if it is sealed away now, he won't be able to participate in the exam. You better not say that to him, said Naruto. Sasuke Uchiha will participate in this exam. So don't bring this issue up anymore. I'm afraid that this is not something that you can push, Uncle said. You don't understand the severity. And I said, Sasuke will be participating. Now, leave my room. I'm still sleepy, said Naruto. She felt like punching him. You know the exam final begins in a few hours, right? Yes. Now leave my room, said Naruto as he rolled over. Little brat, she said, as she left his room. As Naruto returned back to sleeping, she did not encounter Orochimaru in the forest because he was nowhere to be seen, even after she had searched. When she got here, Iruka told her what Sakura had said, and she rushed straight here to find out what the hell happened. To think that he went up against Orochimaru and he was completely fine. Well, there was that whole incident. They were just gonna have to wait until Hokage arrived. That is when she bumped right into Kakashi. Kakashi, we need to talk, she said. Time skip. Still feeling a bit tired, Naruto yawned, as he was still decked out in his golden pants, as Naruto had come to realize that he could will them onto himself. Yes, literally. It was his flame. They emerged into the substance that turned into his pants. So far, he could only do it with the pants and the boots. Well, he didn't really like wearing anything on the top, so he didn't mind it, as his chest was barren, the markings still around his body. As he saw Sasuke walking over towards Uchiha. Did Uncle come to you? He asked. Uncle? No, why? She asked me about you a lot. About the mark, you know. She has one as well. Sasuke narrowed his eyes. They wanted to do something to it, but if they did, it would take you out of commission. So I told him that it wasn't going to happen. After all, I know how much you want to participate in this exam. Well, you're right about that. I would be participating in this exam no matter what, Sasuke said. Exactly what I told them, said Naruto. You know, your skin doesn't look red anymore. It is becoming red, Sasuke said, as Naruto looked at his hands. Yes, I've noticed. I don't know why though. And it's not concerning to you at all, Sasuke said. Why would it be, said Naruto. Besides, I like the color red. I like it a lot. If you say so, said Sasuke. A few minutes later, they were all gathered. As Hiruzen's eyes focused towards Naruto, he gave him a look that said that we need to talk. After this, though. As all the Jonin senseis were gathered, once that was said and done, Hiruzen started to mumble about something that Naruto did not care for much. As the proctor came for the match, it was Hayate. They were told the rules and what they will be doing here. Surprisingly, the sound team had made it here. There wasn't much a sound in the sand, the rest of them mostly Konoha. Well, Naruto was a big reason why that was, because he eliminated a lot of teams from other nations. After all, he ended this exam with 12 scrolls. Yes, so he eliminated 12 teams. Well, 10 because one was from the sound, and the other was from the first team that Team 7 faced off against. Alright, all of you turn your attention towards the board, Hayate said. The first fighters will be called up there. The names flipped through, as Naruto saw a name that he's never seen before. Then he saw Sasuke's name. Looks like I'm going first. As Naruto looked around as he saw the guy that stepped forward, as he then turned his attention towards Sasuke. If you lose to that worthless man, I'll kill you, he said. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Sasuke said, as Naruto walked off. Good luck, Sasuke, Sakura said. He simply gave her a tilt of the head. As they made their way up, Kakashi's eyes smiled towards them. Haven't seen you in a while, Cyclops, said Naruto. I could say the same for you. You look different, said Kakashi. Yes, I do, said Naruto. He then turned his head. Ah, you're finally here. I thought that you abandoned me. They looked towards him strangely. Naruto, who are you talking to, said Sakura. Her, said Naruto. You blind? Oh, I forgot. You can't see her. She's a ghost. So you're talking to a ghost, said Kakashi. As he looked to where Naruto was pointing. As Naruto simply nodded, the two of them gave him a strange look. I don't think it's a good idea that you tell people that you're talking to a ghost. Most people here would think that you're crazy. Lily said as she stood beside Naruto. Let them believe what they want, said Naruto. Their opinion really does not matter to me much. As he turned his gaze downwards. Hurry up and end this, would you, Sasuke? Sasuke sent Naruto a glare. As he returned a task of hand. Your teammate had quite the confidence in you. Little does he know, I will be winning this match. As Sasuke scoffed as he looked towards a member on Kabuto's team that Naruto did not even notice that Kabuto had went away because, well, he just did not care that much. The battle began and Sasuke was on defensive until he decided to go on the offensive. But while fighting offensive-wise, it turns out that the curse mark was trying to take over his body. As Naruto watched him carefully, Sasuke closed his eyes. He refused to let this mark control him. He could do this with his own power. Anko was surprised as she saw that Uchiha forced the mark away and end his opponent rather quickly. Kakashi patted both Naruto and Sakura on the shoulder. Good luck, you two, he said as he flashed away. He appeared behind Sasuke and spoke a few words before he took Sasuke once he was announced the winner and vanished. What's going on, Sakura said. I'm guessing they're going to steal away that mark, said Naruto. So you think Sasuke-kun's gonna be okay now, she said. He's gonna be fine, said Naruto. He has a stronger will than you think. Sakura breathed a sigh of relief. She didn't know why, but Naruto's words really reassured her that Sasuke was gonna be fine. Naruto did not really pay attention to the other matches as they were just a waste of time. Sakura's name was called, as she was called to fight off against Ino. This should be an easy win for you, said Naruto. Do not disappoint the team. She clenched her fists as she made her way down there. The match did not last too long. Somehow Sakura was able to overpower Ino. Mind transfer jutsu with her own alter ego inside of her head. And Sakura, being a bit more skilled because of her training, utilized genjutsu as well. Before she knew it, Ino got a kunai placed to her throat. Sakura did have a few injuries though, as the medics took her off to look at them. Ino as well. As Naruto started to pick his ears with his pinky finger, that is when Kakashi arrived. What did I miss? Well, Sakura did not disappoint. She won against Ino. She was taken to the infirmary. She seemed like she would be fine, said Naruto. Well, that's wonderful, said Kakashi. 2 of my students already making it through. You're the only one left. Tch, as if I'm gonna lose, said Naruto. Everyone here is weak. As he drew a lot of attention to himself. You know, someone your age and your level should not be this cocky, Kurenai said. And someone like you should shut your mouth, said Naruto. Kurenai sent Naruto the most harshest glare possible, as Naruto simply turned his head away. Kakashi sighed as he rubbed the back of his head looking at the 2 of them. The 2 of them did not get along in the slightest. Kurenai was one of Anko's close friends, and well, let's just say an incident happened and Naruto and her had never get along since. As Anko glanced over, shaking her head, these 2 would never get along. Naruto saw that his name was finally called, as he looked at the second name, who's Rock Lee. He then heard shouting as he turned his head, as Naruto saw the guy in the green. Well, Naruto, you surely got your match cut out for you. Rock Lee is a taijutsu fighter only, one known for his strength and speed, something you're well known for as well. Taijutsu only, said Naruto. Well then, maybe this won't be so boring, as he jumped off, landing on the ground, cracking it a bit, making his way towards Rock Lee. Ah, I fought you before, said Naruto. I hope you're not a disappointment like you were back then. That Was a misunderstanding where you caught me off guard, said Rock Lee. I never knew that you'll be so enthusiastic to fight. But now that I know, I am ready, he said. I hope you are, said Naruto. I heard that you're a taijutsu fighter only. I'll do you a favor. I'll use nothing but taijutsu as well. Oh please, do not limit yourself for my sake, said Rock Lee. You misunderstand me, said Naruto. I'm going to beat you with taijutsu only to show you that you are not the greatest in anything. Well then, challenge accepted, Rock Lee said. I will show you that I am the greatest taijutsu user in our generation, he said. Tuh. In your head, said Naruto. Let me show you that you're not. Well, Kakashi, it seems like two of our youthful students are about to clash against one another. My student, no of yours. Let us see which one of them will come supreme. Did you say something, Guy? Curse you, Kakashi, and your hip ways, said Guy. Down below. Alright, begin! The moment that was said, whoa, they're fast. Even Kiba had to say that out loud, as the two boys moved in and clashed. Everyone kept their eyes glued on the battle, as they were increasing their speed as they moved. Please don't tell me this is all you can do, said Naruto as he caught Lee's fist. Naruto pulled Lee towards him before slamming a fist into his gut. He then proceeded to slam one under his chin. Lee was picked up, but Naruto pulled the hand that he was holding on to down. Several hard punches. Lee was blown away as Naruto released him. No way. I never knew anyone in our generation could do Lee like that easily, said Tenten as she glanced towards Neji. Not even Neji could put Lee that down easily. As Neji said nothing as he narrowed his gaze looking down towards Naruto, Lee pulled himself out of the wall. I see I cannot combat with you at this level, he said. He glanced up. Take them off, Lee, said my guy. Take what off? I see, said Kakashi. Training weights. Huh. A little old-fashioned, Shikamaru said. Lee jumped up and removed them. Well, if he's already getting his ass kicked, I doubt a bunch of weights is gonna... Temari was shut up as she saw Lee drop them. Lee then blurred out of sight. He appeared in front of Naruto and sucker punched him right in the face. The redhead was thrown backwards as Lee appeared and slammed a brutal kick in his back, throwing him forwards. Lee then appeared above him and slammed him into the ground, cracking it with tremendous force. Naruto was lying there, unmoving. The proctor jumped down thinking that the match was over, as Naruto started to laugh. As Hayate realized it was not done as he flashed away. I must say I'm surprised. And here I thought you were pathetic. Well, I guess you're not as pathetic as I thought. That was a huge improvement in your speed and strength. However, now, I don't have to hold back so much more. As Naruto blurred off the ground, cracking as he moved, Lee blocked a vicious right kick. Lee felt the bones in his hands rattle. Stepping back, Lee crossed his arms as Naruto's right fist slammed into it. Lee's feet was blown off the ground as he slammed into the wall. He coughed out spit as he dropped. He had to move as Naruto's fist slammed where his head was, cracking the ground. Lee flipped as he landed on his feet as the both of them blurred forward. Blows were exchanged. However, everyone saw Lee was sent skittering across the ground. He picked himself up, but Naruto's fist buried in his gut. Blood came from the young Genin's mouth as Naruto uppercut him. Lee's body was thrown into mid-air as Naruto grabbed his leg and bashed him into the ground 3 times. Whoa, that's brutal, said Temari. Yeah, you're telling me, said Kankuro. As Lee was picked up and kicked away, he slammed into the wall with tremendous force. As Naruto laughed, I had to say, that improvement was good, but it's still not enough to beat me. Unless, Lee picked himself up. You're still holding back. Ah, I can see it, said Naruto. You're holding something back against me. Come on, show me what you can do, said Naruto. Show me it all. However, Lee clenched his fists. Using this technique against a comrade is not something that he wanted to do. Despite Naruto being a rather well, loud one, and always against certain things. Saying that he was gonna show him that he was the best in taijutsu, he was still a Leaf comrade, and Lee didn't want to use that technique against him. Huh, pathetic. You're a waste of strength. You preach about this, what do you call it? Hard work, this and that, and yet, you're afraid to show that hard work. You're a waste of space and time. All of your hard work is a waste. And I'm gonna show you that you're nothing in taijutsu as well. Because I'm gonna beat the living crap out of you. Until every single bone in your body is broken. Lee looked up. As he looked up to the gaze of my guy. Before he lowered his head. Fine, he said. As he wiped the blood away from his mouth. You want to see what I can truly do, Naruto-kan, he said. You want me to use my full strength against you? Of course! That's the point, said Naruto. For me to show you that I am the greatest and not you. You will regret those words, said Lee. Lee, thought Guy as Lee leaped up towards the podium. Forgive me, Guy-sensei. But I must do this, he said as he crossed his arms. Guy, you taught him that, said Kakashi. But Guy did not answer. Naruto watched as Lee's power started to fluctuate. Rising and rising and rising. Lee shattered limitations on the gates. Until he was up to the forts. That is when he jumped down. His whole body was taking on a greenish hue. His face was now red, veins popping out of him. The green on Naruto's face was so wide it would have almost split his face. Now this is what I'm talking about, said Naruto. The grown around him started to crack as he exerted force. Let us fight for real. The two of them shot forward and clashed. But guys, be in some right here. If you want to see next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. And also guys, yes, I do indeed have 3 channels, well, 4 channels guys, Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Prince, which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead, check them out guys and enjoy. And don't forget to go ahead and turn on the bell notification to see exactly when I post. So without further ado, what do you say we jump the hell out of here? See you guys soon. Peace guys.